Bonjour, year four. Comment ça va? I hope that everything is good. Today, I'm not with you for French, but I am going to be doing French with you via this video, and your teachers will be stopping the video so that you can join in with the lesson and make sure that you are getting all the work completed. I will be coming around to check that all your work is done and putting it into your French books for you ready for next term. So today we are going to be saying and writing when our birthday is in French. We've done a lot of work to get up to this point, so I'm hoping that everything that you've learned up until now is going to be really useful to you as you begin to put your information into sentences. Okay, we're going to start off with our sounds that we've been learning over the last few weeks. These are the sounds that are going to help us to spell the names of the months of the year. There's a few that we need to take real special care of. Those are the ones where we might find that we've got more than one way of writing the same sound. So for example, the S sound, where we've got a C or an S, and we have to choose which one we think is right. There's also the en sound, where we've got an, en, or em as all possible ways of writing that sound. And we've also got the air sound, where we've got an AI, which is really tricky, or a letter E. The same comes with the E sound, where we have letter E avec accent aigu, so with our accent that goes upwards, or ER. We've got to have our French classes on really well here, because ER is not an sound, it is E. And then we've also got to be really careful over the OO sound, because we know that there is going to be an accent circonflexe, the little hat over the top of the U. Okay, let's have a go at our sounds. Écoutez et répétez. A. OO, OO. Ang. O. S. Y. J. En. Et. U. I. Ä. Super, excellent. Another one that I've just been reminded of is this double L just here, the Y sound, which in English we would never make as a Y sound. It would be a L sound. So we've got to be really careful on that one. Right, we're going to have a go with our spinner. We did this last week, and we're going to have another go this week and see if we can remember those spellings. I'm going to give you one last quick look at your sounds. Here they are. Have a good look. Think about which ones are going to be tricky. And then let's have a go with our spinner and see how we get on. Okay, c'est parti. I'm going to spin the spinner. Whichever sound comes up, you are going to write it down on your whiteboard. Your teacher will pause the video now so that you can get your whiteboards and pens ready. Super. Okay, I think we are good to go. Let's spin the spinner and see what sound comes up. Well, we've just been talking about this one. Comment ça s'écrit? How do we write that in French? Your teacher will pause the video so you can write it down. Excellent. We should have a double L just here, two L's together. That will give us the Y sound in French. Okay, on recommence. Oh, this time we have the sound. This is one that we learnt in year 3. Let's see if we can remember it. Super. C'est letter R, just a R on its own. Encore une fois. Okay. Your teacher will pause the video so you can write down the sound. Excellent. It was the letter J. That one's nice and easy as well. That was another year 3 sound. Let's see if we get any more tricky sounds as we go through. Okay. E. Be very careful with this one. It's not going to be a double E as we would expect in English. Your teacher will pause the video so you can write it down. Excellent. We should have the letter I just here. Alors, we're going to do 4 more spins. Let's see what we come up with. Ooh, okay. Écrivez-le. Write this one down. Your teacher will pause the video so you can do that. Excellent. That one is letter T. Just a T on its own. Oh, super. Okay, we've got E. E. That one is written as letter E. I'm just going to minimize this so that you can see on the slides what it's going to look like so that we don't miss that accent. The letter E avec accent aigu, so the accent that goes upwards from bottom left to top right, or an ER or ER as well. It could work either way. Okay, let's get rid of that one. Let's do 2 more spins. Oh, okay. Oh, comment ça s'écrit? There's a big clue on the picture for this one. Let's pause the video so you can write it down. Okay, that one is letter O. We can see that the man's mouth makes the shape of the letter O as well to remind us that that is what the grapheme looks like. On continue. Okay, brilliant. We have the en sound. Don't forget there's 3 different ways that we could write this one. Let's pause the video to give you time to write them down. Super. Here we could have AN, EN, or EM. 3 possible ways. AN, EN, EM. Bravo. Well done if you've got all 3 of those. One last spin. Let's see if we can make it a tricky one. Excellent. Okay. What is the un sound? Écrivez-le. Write it down. Super. This one is I and N, like in English, but we need to have our French classes on because we don't pronounce it as in. It is un. Okay, super. Right. Let's leave the rest and go on to our next activity. Now, we're going to start off by thinking about our numbers. So today we're going to be saying and writing when our birthday is. And one of the things that we have to be really careful of when we're writing our the date of our birthday is to remember that in French, there is no such thing as st after first, and there's no such thing as n, like in second, and there's no such thing as erd, like in third, okay? These do not exist in French. Instead, when we are writing the date of our birthday, the only thing that we need to remember is the number. So we don't need to worry about any of the little letters after the number. So if I want to say the second, I just say le deux. If I want to say the third, I just say le trois. If I want to say the fourth, I say le quatre. What would be the fifth? Oui, en effet, c'est le cinq. Le cinq. The only one that doesn't apply that rule is first. Now, first is very, very peculiar in French because we don't say le un, the one. We say le premier. Écoutez et répétez. Premier. Excellent. Premier. Premier just means first. Okay. We have the same word in English actually, but we don't pronounce it premier. We pronounce it premiere. So, for example, we have the Premier League in football, or if a film is being shown for the first time, we call it a film premiere because it's being shown for the first time. But it comes from French, but we don't pronounce it in the same way. In English, we call it premiere. In French, c'est premier. Premier. So premier is the only one where you have to remember something special. Otherwise, it's just the numbers as normal. I do not want to see anybody writing first, second, third, fourth, etc. That's in English. In French, we just need the number. Okay, so if we want to say when our birthday is, we can say it in two different ways. There's a slightly longer way and a slightly shorter way. It doesn't matter which one you choose. The slightly longer one is more challenging. The shorter one is obviously a bit simpler, so it's up to you. Écoutez et répétez. Mon anniversaire est le. I would like you to sit and talk with your partner. Where are the silent letters in this sentence? Écoutez bien. Mon anniversaire est le. Parlez. Your teacher will pause the video. Okay, let's see if you identified where the silent letters were. First of all, at the end of anniversaire, we need to remember that that E is silent. This word, is, has got silent letters. So mon anniversaire est le has got 3 silent letters in. Okay. The other way that we can say when our birthday is c'est le. C'est le. Talk to your partner. Where are the silent letters in c'est le? Let's see if you manage to identify that the S is silent and the T is silent. Now, the only difference between these two sentences is that the first one says, my birthday is the, and then the date and the month. And the one at the bottom is, it's the, and the date and the month. Anniversaire is a near cognate. It's a word that's very close to another word in English, which is anniversary. But we're not saying it's my anniversary, we're saying it's my birthday. Mon anniversaire est le. My birthday is the, and then the date and the month. Or c'est le. It's the date and month. Okay, so there's 2 different ways of saying it. You're going to play a little game now with your partner. You are going to choose a sentence from this sentence grid. It will either start with c'est le or mon anniversaire est le. Then you're going to choose the date. I've chosen some tricky dates just here. And then you're going to choose the month. Let's run through very quickly what all of these dates are in French, because these are the tricky numbers, okay? With your partner, have a chat, see if you can remember what 14 is. 1 followed by ER is the first. Can you remember what first is? We've just talked about it. Can you remember 21, 18 and 30? Parlez. Your teacher will pause the video. Okay, let's see if we can remember 14. We should remember, and we're going to have to be patient with my writing because I'm doing it using my mouse, that 14 is 14. If you remembered that, well done. That's excellent. 14. Now, hopefully, you all remembered from our little conversation that we had earlier that the first is premier. Premier. Well done if you did remember that one. Premier, meaning the first. Very similar to the word that we have in English, or the same word but pronounced differently, première. Okay, 21. Qu'est-ce que c'est? Well, 20 is 20. Now, lots of you are getting very good at spelling these. And then if it's 1, it's et and un. Don't forget those little dashes in between. 18 is a nice easy one because it's 10 and 8. 18. 18. So we have our 10. Don't forget our little dash. 18. And then 30, I want you to think really carefully about the pronunciation of this one, is 30. 30. Hopefully you've all remembered that this E and N in the middle is the en sound. So this is 30. Okay, so you are going to come up with a sentence which you're going to write on your whiteboard. You're going to keep this sentence secret from your partner. You're going to choose something from the first section, something from the second section, and something from the third section. These are our months that we've also been learning recently. Don't forget that months in French never ever start with a capital letter. So you don't need to worry about capital letters for months. So my sentence that I write down, for example, might be Mon anniversaire est le 1er mars. My birthday is the 1st of March. I write that down on my whiteboard, and my partner has to try and guess. Every time they get something wrong, they have to go back to the beginning. You can tick and cross on your sheet to remind you which ones you've asked. Your teacher will pause the video now so that you can have a go at writing down your sentence and then guessing what each other's sentences are. I would also like you to have a go at sharing those sentences when everybody has finished with your teacher to check on your pronunciation. Pause the video now and see how you get on. Super. Okay, the last job that we're going to do is our written sheet. Okay. Now on this sheet, you can see that there are lots of children with their birthdays on there. The date of their birthday is the first number. This is the date. And the second number is the month. So you can see, mon anniversaire est le 12. That's the date, the 12th. Juin. 6 is the 6th month of the year, which is Juin, June. Okay. With your partner on your whiteboard, I would like you to try and work out what this child's birthday is. Using the sentence starter, mon anniversaire est le. Have a look at the date. Have a look at the month. See if you can work out what that child's birthday is and write it down on your whiteboards. Okay, so this sentence should say, and again, you'll have to bear with my handwriting because it's not very good. Well, actually, maybe I could type onto it, actually. Let's see if I can do that. Aha, here we go. Mon anniversaire est le. So that's our sentence starter. What is the rest of the sentence going to be? Well, we know that 20 is 20. Et le 20. And what is the 8th month of the year? It is août. Don't forget your little accent circonflexe over the top of the U. Mon anniversaire est le 20 août, with its little silent A at the beginning. Mon anniversaire est le 20 août. So that is the sentence that you would write into this box. If you're not sure about the spellings of the numbers, they are all down the side, although I would prefer for you not to copy them if possible. And if you're unsure about the spelling of the months of the year, they are also down the side. You are going to need to work out how to write sentences for each of these speech bubbles, and write them in your neatest handwriting. I will be giving golden tickets when I check your work later today for those people who've produced really beautiful handwriting and thought very, very carefully about what their sentences are going to be. I will ask your teachers to pause the video now so that you can have a go at this. I will be looking for really fantastic work when I come and check later on today. Merci Year 4 et au revoir.